Hi, today we're going to talk about how to convert a Notion form into PDF files. So as you can see in the background, I have got a course registration form wherein any user who fills in this registration form and they click on submit, the registration details will be captured under the responses view in this course registration form. I've already gone ahead and created three responses over here. What I want to do is I want to create a PDF file for every response that is being captured on this database. So I want to simply create a PDF file for this. So how will I do that? For this, we are going to use a tool known as PDF Output. PDF Output will help us create an automation solution which will use Google document as a source of template file, and it will take help of a Notion database to create the PDF files for us. So once you go to PDF Output, click on Get Started and simply choose any of your account from this list. So I'm going to quickly select one of my accounts, and once we are logged in, I will be able to show you the entire setup which we can do to create the PDF files. So let me quickly sign in over here. Once you are signed in, you will be asked to add a database, a document, and then you can map the details to create the PDF files. So we have this database available for us. So I will simply click on Notion database and I will click on add Notion database. And this will open up the database selection. What I can do next is I can simply copy the title of the database. In this case, this is the course registration form database. So I will just copy the title of this database. I will go back and you can click on next over here. There are two options available for you. If you click on use a template, this will create a copy of a demo database for your use case. So this demo database can be used to test out PDF output. Okay. So if you're going to test the PDF output solution, you can use this option. In our case, I already have a database available. So I will click on select pages, scroll down, click on select pages once again. Okay. Now here in this screen, you can add the database which you have just copied. So inside the search pages window, simply click and paste the database title. It will automatically show the database selection in the drop down. Okay. So you can just click on course registration form and it automatically adds the entire form for your use case. Okay. If you click on this drop down under private, you will be able to see the registration form appear over here. Now, my recommendation and advice to you is never add the database by clicking on this top pages under the selection. If you do that, it will take a while to load the database and your experience will not be great. So I will always recommend you always add the database through the search pages window because it accurately adds the database for your use case. Okay. Now, before we click on allow access, I want to highlight one more thing. Whenever you're adding a database, if you're using any relational property, and there is a roller property as well. So let's say in this database I have a relational property and a roller property. So I will also add the relational database along with the main database over here. So the course registration form was the main database, and if this is connected to any other relational database, so all those relational databases must be searched inside the search pages view, and all the databases must be added in one go. Okay. So you must add the main database as well as all the relational databases through this search pages window to get all the relational and the roller properties visible later on. Okay, so this is a very important step. If you're not adding the relational databases over here, the relational properties and the roller properties will not be visible in the mapping section, which we'll be about to see later on. Okay. So currently I do not have any relational properties, so my registration form is added. I will click on allow access, and now this will give access to the database which I can use later on. Okay. So let us wait for a few seconds to see the database loading up. And if by any means your database is not visible inside this drop down, you can simply refresh this page once and it will automatically show the database to you, and you will be able to see the database pop up over here. Okay. So let me try it once again. As it is trying to load the database. Now you can see the course registration form appear over here. Let me click on this, and if you click on the if you just go to the drop down below, you will be able to see all the properties of the course registration form appear over here one after the other. So whatever properties we have created in this course registration form, everything is visible inside this mapping section one below the other. So we have the company, we have the date of birth, gender, mobile number, and all the fields are visible over here in the ascending order format. Okay. So next is we need to add the document which will be used for the mapping. So this will serve as a template file to create the PDF files and automation. So I will click on add Google document. There are two options. You can either select an existing document. So if you click on select existing document, it will ask you to choose a document from your documents section from your drive. But I do not have any existing document as I'm going to add a fresh document. So click on add Google document and click on add demo document. This will create a demo file which can be used for the automation setup. Okay. So let us wait for a few seconds as it is creating a demo file for us. and I will just rename this demo file to course registration template file. Okay, so it is loading a demo file. So let me rename this to course registration template. So now my demo file is ready. Let me remove this welcome sequence which I already have on the top, and let me remove these placeholders as well. Okay, so now you can see this document has all the placeholders automatically added. Okay, so like for the address field, it has the address field automatically added inside double curly braces. So if you check the registration form, you also have this address field over here, and this is also added on this particular form over here. Similarly, we have company, which is fetched from this column. We have date of birth, which is fetched from this column, and so on for all the fields, and everything has been automatically mapped inside double curly braces. So anything that it sees inside double curly brackets, it will try to match the same with the database, and it will automatically replace the values from the database onto the document, and it will create the PDF file. If you want to create any additional mapping, simply click on copy over here for the particular property. So let's say I want to copy the address property from this field. I will go back to the document and I can simply insert that property anywhere. So let's say I want to put it over here. I will use Control V or Command V on my keyboard, and it will be able to paste the property right over here inside the document. So whenever you want to copy and paste the properties or map it live, simply click on copy and go to the section where you want to put it, and simply use Control V or Command V to paste it, and it will automatically be added. Okay, I'm going to remove that. Once again, you can use Control V or Command V to create the mappings live inside the database. Okay, this is all set up. Next is I need to define the PDF file name. Okay, so the PDF files which I want to create, I want to create by the received by column. Okay, so we have the received by column over here. So I want to name the PDF file as per this. So I will select received by from this drop down. So you will be able to see received by appear over here. This is selected. Now I need to download the PDF files. Okay, before downloading the PDF files, if you go back to the database and you scroll to the right side, you will be able to see two additional columns appear over here. There is this generate PDF column, and then there is this PDF files column. The generate PDF column marks which of the records of the database will be created as PDF file. So currently 3 records are set to ready to generate. That means all the 3 records will be created as PDF file right over here inside the database. So if you put anything as ready to generate, it will automatically create the PDF file for you inside this database over here. Okay, so whenever you are making any changes, make sure you reload the database once, so that the database is properly loaded up, and then you will be able to create the PDF files right inside the database. So let me click on download PDF right now, and it will automatically create the PDF files right inside the database over here, one after the other. So you can see the first PDF file is already out, and it is already visible by the name of submission 1. So if I click on this, it will open up the PDF file, and you can see all the properties that we had mapped earlier has been correctly fetched from the database, and they have been correctly added onto the particular section. So all the values that you see over here get automatically gets added onto the document as per the mapping, and they have been replaced. Let's see for the other files. So we have submission 2. So again, these files are named as per the naming convention that we selected earlier. So response to submission 2 PDF file is already here. Then we have submission 3, which you can check from this response as well. So all the 3 PDF files were correctly mapped as per the details in the database, and everything is precisely showing the way it is meant to be. But the main beauty of using this tool is an automation setup, which will enable you to create PDF files complete in automation. So I will just simply click on setup Notion automation once everything is done correctly. And once I click on this, what it allows me to do is now I can simply add new pages inside the database. I can mark it as ready to generate, and it will automatically create me the PDF file right over here. So I do not need to go back to PDF output again, and I do not need to click on download PDF again to create the PDF files. Once the mapping is correctly set, after the addition of database and document, you can simply click on setup Notion automation, and then it will automatically create the PDF files right inside the database when you turn this generate PDF property to ready to generate. Okay, so you can keep on adding records, and you can simply mark it as ready to generate, and it will automatically create the PDF file right over here inside the database. So it is hands free, and you do not need to go back to PDF output. Everything happens live inside the database, and as you turn it to ready to generate, it creates the PDF files right over here. This is what the beauty of using the tool is. and you can enjoy the automation forever once the automation is correctly set up. Okay, again, ensure that once everything is ready, click on setup notion automation and it will create the PDF files inside the database for a use case. I hope this entire demonstration was helpful to you. If you have any questions, simply use the chat bubble at the bottom and send me a message. I'll be happy to take up your issues on this. Or you can use the contact at the bottom of this page, and you can simply click on contact and send me a message with whatever queries you're having. I'll be able to take up your issues on this. You also have an option to go with a free demo. So if you want to book a free demo, I will be happy to take up a demo for you and showcase what exactly this tool uses and how it operates. And I will also be adding a template section where you can simply click and opt to choose the template whichever you are using, so that you can directly use it for the automation setup. So as you can see, this is currently processing this file which we had added, and once it is processed, it will automatically be created over here inside the database itself, which we'll be able to see. So you can see it just processed these two files which we had added when we were showing the demo. Okay.